Is it gonna work?
Probably not.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Doug's Cars. Or I should say good morning y'all, welcome back to Doug's Cars. It's pretty early here. I'm standing in front of the Buick Roadmaster. Even have my Betty cup of coffee from Hubnut. I'm about to give these keys over to the Buick's correct owner. You may recall, if you watch my videos on this car, that this car was bought back in March, and you know, due to Corona, the owner hasn't been able to get here to get to it. He also owns Wooderson the Wagoneer, which is still staying here, but he is bringing me a gift to store for him for the time being as well, in place of this car. So we're going to be checking that out. We are going to be doing a little bit of work here on the Roadmaster today when he gets here, and stay tuned because it's going to be a fun morning and a hot one. I'm already sweating and it's like 7:30. Wish us luck. So what do you think, man? It's your first time seeing your car since March.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty neat. The paint looks better wet.
It definitely has a nice. It's satin gloss, right?
Yeah,
satin.
yeah. So if it just rains every day.
Yeah, it also knocks down pine needles all over it when it rains. So yeah.
Of course, the drawback is we have to find that leak because the rain will mask the paint. But
yeah, let's see if it. It's got a little leak in the quarter window here in the back. Let's see if it's leaking. If it leaked into there. Yeah, I can see some water, and it only goes in that tray, and the tray is fully contained, so that it doesn't go anywhere else. Yeah, I greased all these seals, but that thing where you want to take the whole roof rack off, seems like a lot of time.
No, I think that the blog that I read, I think there's something behind here.
Okay, and we can get to that by, I mean, I've opened and closed this window a bunch of times and sealed everything with that Shiznetsu, whatever the Honda grease is that Watch JR Go always recommends.
The Buick and Caprice guys were saying.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have the same problem.
They were saying it's the body panel or something behind here.
Oh, okay.
Is actually splitting. So
the only way to open this is inside. The key does not open the trunk for some reason, but the power button on the dash works. So if you want to open her up, fire her up, man. I mean, you haven't even started this. Enjoy fuel injection on a Woody.
Yeah. With all this rain, I don't want to get in that one.
No, we'll wait for. I've got the keys to the Wooderson too in my pocket, but we'll wait for the neighbors to wake up a little bit because Wooderson's
loud.
Yeah, this is not loud. This is very refined and
I saw
quiet,
nice,
and it sounds like a V8 because it is, but. Oh yeah, the interior is just immaculate on this thing. Like there's no tears, rips. It has the factory carpet mats on the floor.
Too bad that thing's torn up.
Yeah, that's the only thing, is that like vent thing on the windshield. Or yeah.
I wonder if I could find another. Well, that's a whole.
Oh yeah, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I'll just tape it.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Duct tape it. Let's see.
Oh, squirky.
Yeah.
I spent enough time with those keys now.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, keep going. You gotta crank it a little bit when it's first started.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. See? Perfect.
Yeah. Wow. Man.
The first startup, after it hasn't been driven for a week or so, you gotta crank it a couple seconds longer. But, I mean, you even got the manual here.
All right. Well, that'll come in.
And, yeah, right. But, I mean, like, the carpet's even fairly, I mean, there's a couple little stains on it that probably come right out. They're grease or something. Yeah. But it's just, and the back seat's immaculate too. It's so much blue velour. And then the third row seat works. That's up right now. Yeah, if you hit the power tailgate release there on the dash, you can open the back up.
Power tailgate release.
It's to the right of the radio. It's as far as you can reach, pretty much.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Right here. So the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Got your new wiper blades. Well, of course now they got pine needles. Yeah, they worked really well once those went on. Yeah. So then this, you just open the hatch here, and the struts work. So John Ross will be very happy about that. And then the struts work, and then you've got the two handles here depending on which way you want to open the tailgate, whether you want it to be like a tailgate or a door.
Okay.
And then you can get in. But you can see that little container there is the only place the water's been going. And you can sit back here too. Like this back seat's massive, the third row.
It's somewhere over here that it's getting in.
You can see there's a little bit of like residue there on the plastic, and then.
Matter of fact, I wonder if I could take that piece off and see what's behind.
Well, you can pop the window open right there, and but I didn't see, there's no tears in anything that I could see in here. Like you can still see some of the grease on the on there that I put on there because it leaves that white residue. But like, yeah, it's not super pliable, but it definitely has a full seal. It's just misaligned or misadjusted or something.
Yeah, somewhere back there. All right, well, that'll be one for the forums.
Well, it's hot and sweaty out, so we decided to go get some breakfast at Chick-fil-A. So it's the first drive. Woohoo! Column shift. It says it's 74 degrees out, but I think the humidity is 174.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is really nice to drive.
Smooth. Yeah.
Just take a left at the stop.
Okay.
And she will move too. She, you know, pulls up her skirts and and runs. So the tack is completely ridiculous and wonky.
Oh yeah.
Like if you floor it, it'll go to like 8,000 RPM, which is this engine's not capable of.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not doing 3,500 RPM right now either.
Hello.
Hi.
That's us.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you very much. I thought he might be joking when he said he had a windshield for a Wagoneer, but he's not joking. He has a windshield for a Wagoneer, and it's even got Easy Pass. Yo, you didn't even have an Easy Pass. Is this the one from the? Did we get this in North Carolina that time?
No, this I got early on. A guy was selling it for like 20 bucks.
Oh, okay.
He was restoring
it's in pretty good shape.
Wagoneer. A rich guy wanted an original
PGM. Yeah, this is already an aftermarket glass. This is not factory.
Yeah, so this came off one that was already restored, and the guy said, you know, the person who he was doing the work for wanted an original windshield, so he was just pulling this old part out, and I was like, I'll take it. Yeah, especially for the price. Yeah, even if you never use it. I mean, just for comparison's sake, the one that's in there is not cracked or anything, but it does have the delamination in the corners, which is never ever going to get better. Actually, it's now on the Charger because Wagoneer. Let's see, that kind of shows up on the camera. 54%. Okay. Yeah, someone who didn't want to start this morning. We're supposed to be working on the Buick, but when you have hoopties, you get sidetracked easily. Or on the Rover, I did actually finish putting the front license plate on the Buick, and yeah, we got this started, and then it's on the charge for a while, and we're just basically putting off the work that we want to do until it gets too hot to do it, which sounds about what I normally do. In true procrastination form, Longwood has been named Longwood, and thankfully there is a university nearby named that. I think right up.
Yeah, right above the. I mean, the wiper will touch it slightly, but you're not going to use that.
You know
often.
what? This looks like a.
It's an exterior sticker, yeah.
It's an exterior sticker.
Yeah.
Should I put it there, or should I just put it on the bumper?
Can we see the bumper? Yeah, we just have to clean the bumper. Yeah, we can put it on the bumper.
Because it's not clear. It's not like a clear.
It's not clear. Yeah, let's put that on the bumper.
Okay, yeah.
Let's clean that up and do that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Just eyeball it.
I like the fact that it says trademark on the end because this vehicle is now trademarked. I hope the thing sticks. Amazon left it out in the rain in a cardboard package and a cardboard box, but it is the plastic sticker, so. I christened thee the Flying Wasp. Oh wait, that's Caddyshack. Oh yeah. Yeah, looks like the sticker will work. This is so much easier than the work we were supposed to do on this car. Yeah. Thankfully, it's getting warmer and warmer every minute. That's awesome. So we've gotten the door partially taken apart. We think there's probably some screws underneath the power window panel. So yeah, I would say take the window panel up, the switch panel up, and then there might be something underneath it. But yeah, there's a screw here, one behind here, two that hold this in, and one right there for anybody else who has a Buick Roadmaster they want to take the door off. You know, what's really good for it is the one on the hood with the angle, the lever looking one. Yeah. It's right in the middle of them. That's really good for. This one? Yeah, because you can get that angle up underneath there and kind of.
All right. You should probably.
Yeah.
You can turn it off. I may be feeling around for a
You want
while.
me to record this one like the Wagoneer window one that took like 6 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the world's longest, most boring video ever. Got one corner, just I guess keep pulling, see if we feel any resistance there underneath the power window switch. because I would be surprised if there's not a bolt under there. But so that, yeah, that little clip holds it in. Like, can you pull the whole thing out? It's probably, you know what, I bet we have to do like this, and then you kind of have to move it around on that. But
yeah, oh, there's a thing here that's to be unplugged.
Oh, well, yeah, all these switches, but there's no other bolts in there or anything, is there?
I don't see anything.
Yeah. Huh, that's weird.
But that does have to come off.
Yeah, it just needs to be the is that a light? No, it looks like a light bulb. Well, as is with all things windows, we decided to move on to another door when we got exasperated. So here's the back passenger door. It's actually just got a similar amount of screws. You pop it up off of this, and the window wipe actually comes with the door panel. And yeah, there's the inside of the door. That was not fun.
No, not at all.
But, oh.
Fuck.
Well, now I've got the intro scene to the video. Thanks for that.
Second time I've smacked my head on one.
Yeah, that's the way these doors curve, you know. So I just wanted to give a quick heads up as to what the issue is with taking this door panel off here. This is a 91 Roadmaster, and it was the first year of production. And people really like the later years of production, the 94 through 96 models that have the LT1 V8. This has the Chevy 305 V8. And for whatever reason, all the YouTube videos, which are a great source, obviously, like mine, of information, are for the older model, or the newer model vehicle, not the older model vehicle. And so we just don't have a body of reference as to how to take this off, which is why I suggested we take off the back passenger door and see if we could learn something from that. And I think we have. Maybe. So again, that's, windows take forever. Like, I don't know why they make them so difficult to do. The quickest I ever did was when I did my cheap rear window regulator, and you know, that was like a $45 part, and it took me maybe 45 minutes, which is probably the best one I've ever done, as I absolutely hate doing windows. You got it, nice. Yeah, you just kind of have to like because it's clipped in, yeah. At least on the back door it was, and because it removes the window wipe, you've got the pressure of the window against it too.
Oh shit.
So maybe try at the front there, where the window's already down. Like, see if you can get the front started.
Think we could turn the window, turn the car on, bring the window up. Think that would help?
Well, you can try. It's at such a weird angle because the window is obviously out of its channel properly. So that might be, well, it's not, yeah, it's putting a lot of pressure there in the middle, but not back here. But it's so nice that the whole thing is loose now. I think you might still have a clip in the front there, maybe. Like right in the middle, like.
Yep, well, there.
Yep.
There it is, that's it. Got it.
Oh, man. I had to put a lot more pressure than I wanted to on that back door to pop that out.
You said pressure to go up?
Yeah, you have to pull up. You got it. Okay, just keep pulling up, and the whole, like on that end. Yeah, and it should pop right off now. Especially because it's already loose, maybe. Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. There we go. One door panel off. And so this is the problem, y'all. Let's see. So that arm there should be where that white thing is in that slot. And you can see it's actually, hopefully you can see, it's way down below and not in there. And that's why the window gets all cattywampus like this when it rolls up and down and needs help. So that's what these little plugs, these Dorman plugs, because Dorman makes all kinds of repair stuff, go in there and rotate in that track and allow the window mechanism to slide back and forth. So you're just making that smaller so it'll slide in the track? Mm-hmm. Is it gonna work?
Probably not, but better than we've been doing before, so.
Okay, so you can see now that we've actually, well, Reg did all the work. He's got that in the track, and then you have to put a C-clamp on here and tighten it down to pop the rivet through the little white plastic piece that I showed earlier in order to make it stay on the track. Of course, trying to get the C-clamp on when you have things riveted in place like that is nigh to impossible. Impossible? Is impossible a word? I'm too tired. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's from The Simpsons. All right, we think we have go time here, so let me power on. All right, let's go see. You got the switch? Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Hey!
What's up?
Not down. That looks pretty good. And it only goes down but that far anyway, right?
Down, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right. Success. One down, one to go.
All right.
Of course, that door panel is hanging at a precarious angle. So it's already like halfway done. Plus you found that extra part from when someone fixed it once before, the old track.
Yeah.
That's down there on the floorboards.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
This has obviously been done before.
Yeah,
I mean, for 67,000 miles, this has had a lot of power windows put in it. Of course, it is 30 years old. Yeah, that thing.
Or maybe they completely...
Yeah, that's got to be from the old... Obviously, it works fine. Yeah. It's got to be from an old window regulator that was in here.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Must have been an old window regulator. Very weird. Good point.
Won't be rattling around the door anymore, that's for sure. So you got this thing all battened up, ready to go?
I think so.
You got it all ready? Yeah. That looks fantastic. It's not going like crazy wonky.
Let's see.
No, man, that's fine.
All right.
Oh. So you going to Disneyland now?
I'm going to take a shower. gonna clean up.
Or you could just be like him over there who's passed out in the chair. I think today's gone on quite long enough. But we got everything done that we really wanted to get done, and those windows now work fine. There was nothing wrong with the motors, and there was nothing wrong with the regulators. It was just those weird little pivot points that seem to be an issue with GM cars, and it was a nightmare. And I didn't do a whole lot of the work because you can't get two people on one side of the door. But I did take care of a few other things around this car, and he's going to be heading home in a little while and enjoying his ride. And yeah, I mean, this is a really cool car. I'll be sad to see it go. I'm going to be babysitting that XJ 2000 Cherokee for a while though, so that car will be coming to you very soon, because that car has a soft spot in my heart. I had one of those in high school and in college, so I've always loved those. Anyway, thanks y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little insight into the Roadmaster, and I'll be bringing more content to you soon. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, Longwood.